I have come at your request. Indeed, although you are bitter against me, this you shall have. I will listen to what new things you want, woman, to get from me.
Jason, I beg you to be forgiving toward me for what I said. It is natural for you to bear with my temper, since we have had much love together. I have talked with myself about this, and I have reproached myself. Fool, I said. Why am I so mad? Why am I set against those who have planned wisely? Why make an enemy of myself, of the authorities, and of my husband, who does the best for me by marrying royalty and having children, who will be as brother to my own? What is wrong with me? Let me give up my anger, for the gods are kind to me. Have I not children? And do I not know that we in exile from our country must be short of friends? When I considered this, I saw that I had shown great lack of sense, and that my anger was foolish. Now I agree with you. I think that you are wise in having this other wife as well as me, and I was mad. I should have helped you in these plans of yours, have joined in the wedding, stood by the marriage bed, have taken pleasure in attendance on your bride. But we women are what we are, perhaps a little worthless. And you men must not be like us in this, nor be foolish in return when we are foolish. Now I give in, and admit that then I was wrong. I have come to a better understanding now. Child, come here, my child. Come outdoors to us. Welcome your father with me, and say goodbye to him, and with your mother, who just now was his enemy, join again in making friends with him who loves us. We have made peace, and all our anger is over. Take hold of his right hand. O God, I am thinking of something which may happen in the secret future. O child, will you just so, after a long life, hold out your loving arms at the grave? O child, how ready to cry I am, how full of foreboding. I am ending at last this quarrel with your father. And look, my soft eyes have suddenly filled with tears.
And the pale tears have started also in my eyes. Oh, may the trouble not grow worse than now it is.
I approve of what you say, and I cannot blame you even for what you said before. It is natural for a woman to be wild with her husband when he goes in for secret love. But now your mind has turned to better reasoning. In the end, you have come to the right decision, like the clever woman you are. And you, child, your father is taking care. He had made, with God's help, ample provisions for you. For I think that a time will come when you will be the leading person of Corinth with your brother. You must grow up. As to the future, your father and those of the gods who love him will deal with that. I want to see you when you have become a young man, healthy and strong, better man than my enemies. Medea, why are your eyes so wet with pale tears? Why is your cheek so white and turned away from me? Are these not words of mine pleasing for you to hear?
It is nothing. I was thinking about this child.
You must be cheerful. I shall look after him well.
I will be. It is not that I distrust your words, but a woman is a frail thing, prone to crying.
But why should you grieve so much for this child?
I am their mother. When you prayed that he might live, I felt unhappy to think that these things will be. But come, I have said something of the things I meant to say to you, and now I will tell you the rest. Since it is the king's will to banish me from here, and for me too, I know that this is the best thing, not to be in your way by living here or in the king's way, since they think me so ill-disposed to them. I then am going into exile from this land. But do you, so that you may have the care of them, beg Creon that the children not be banished.
I doubt if I'll succeed, but I will still attempt it.
Then you must tell your wife to beg from her father that the children be reprieved from banishment.
I will, and with her I shall certainly succeed.
If she is like the rest of us women, you will. And I too will take a hand with you in this business. For I will send her some gifts which are fairer, I am sure of it, than those which are now in fashion. finely woven dress and a golden diadem, and the child shall present them. Quick, let one of you servant bring here to me that beautiful dress. She will be happy not in one way, but 100, having so fine a man as you to share her bed. And with this beautiful dress, which Helios of old, my father's father, bestowed on his descendants. There, child, take these wedding presents in your hands. Take them to the royal princess, the happy bride, and give them to her. She will not think little of them.
No, don't be foolish and empty your hands of these. Do you think the palace is short of dresses to wear? Do you think there is no gold here? Keep them and don't give them away. If my wife considers me of any value, she would think more of me than money, I'm sure of it.
No, let me have my way. They say the gods themselves are moved by gifts, and gold does more with men than words. Hers is the luck, her fortune, that which God blesses. She is young and a princess, but for my child's reprieve I would give my very life, and not gold only. Go, child, go to that rich palace, be suppliants to the new wife of your father, my lady. Beg her not to let you be banished, and give her the dress, for this is of great importance, that she should take the gift into her hand from yours. Go, quick as you can, and bring your mother good news by your success of those things which she longs to gain.
Medea, you who have done such a dreadful thing, so outrageous, run for your life. Take what you can, a ship to bear you hence, or a chariot on land.
And what is the reason deserves such flight as this?
She is dead, only just now, the royal princess, and Creon dead too, her father, by your poisons.
The finest words you have spoken. Now and hereafter, I shall count you among my benefactors and friends.
What? Are you right in the mind? Are you not mad, woman? The house of the king is outraged by you. Do you enjoy it? Not afraid of such doings?
To what you say, I on my side have something too to say in answer. Do not be in a hurry, friend, but speak. How did they die? You will delight me twice as much again if you say they died in agony.
When those two children born of you had entered in, their father with them, and passed into the bride's house, we were pleased, we slaves who are distressed by your wrongs. All through the house we were talking of but one thing, how you and your husband had made up your quarrel. Some kissed the children's hands and some their yellow hair, and I myself was so full of joy that I followed the children into the women's quarters. Our mistress, whom we have honored now instead of you, before she noticed that your two children were there, was keeping her eye fixed eagerly on Jason. Afterwards, however, she covered up her eyes, her cheeks paled, and she turned herself away from him. So disgusted was she at the children's coming there. But your husband tried to end the girl's bad temper and said, "You must not look unkindly on your friends. Cease to be angry. Turn your head to me again. Have as your friends the same ones as your husband has, and take these gifts and beg your father to reprieve these children from their exile. Do it for my sake." She, when she saw the dress, could not restrain herself. She agreed with all her husband had said, and before he and the children had gone far from the palace, she took the gorgeous robe and dressed herself in it, and put the golden crown around her curly locks, and arranged the set of the hair in a shining mirror, and smiled at the lifeless image of herself in it. Then she rose from her chair and walked about the room with her gleaming feet stepping most soft and delicate, all overjoyed with the present. Even often and often she would stretch her foot out straight and look along it. But after that it was a fearful thing to see. The color of her face changed, and she staggered back. She ran, and her legs trembled. and she only just managed to reach a chair without falling flat down. An aged woman servant, who, I take it, thought this was some seizure of Pan or another god, cried out, "God bless us!" But that was before she saw the white foam break through her lips, and her rolling the pupils of her eyes, and her face all bloodless. Then she raised a different cry from that "God bless us," a huge shriek, and the woman ran, one to the king, one to the newly wedded husband, to tell him what had happened to his bride. And with frequent sound the whole palace rang as they went running. One walking quickly round the course of the racetrack would now have turned the bend and be close to the goal, when she, poor girl, opened and shut speechless eye, and with a terrible groan she came to herself. For a twofold pain was moving up against her. The wreath of gold that was resting around her head let forth a fearful stream of all-devouring fire, and the finely woven dress your child gave to her was fastening on the unhappy girl's fine flesh. She leapt up from the chair, and all on fire she ran, shaking her hair now this way and now that, trying to hurl the diadem away. But fixedly the gold preserved its grip, and when she shook her hair, then more and twice as fiercely the fire blazed out, till, beaten by her fate, she fell down on the ground, hard to be recognized, except by a parent. Neither the setting of her eyes was plain to see, nor the shapeliness of her face. From the top of her head there oozed out blood and fire mixed together. Like the drops on pine bark, so the flesh from the bones dropped away, torn by the hidden fang of the poison. It was a fearful sight, and the terror held us all from touching the corpse. We had learned from what had happened. But her wretched father, knowing nothing of the event, came suddenly to the house and fell upon the corpse, and at once cried out and folded his arms around her and kissed her and spoke to her, saying, "Oh, my poor child, what heavenly power has so shamefully destroyed you? And who has set me here like an ancient sepulchre deprived of you? Oh, let me die with you, my child." And when he had made an end of his wailing and crying, then the old man wished to raise himself to his feet, but as the ivy clings to the twigs of the laurel, so he stuck to the fine dress, and he struggled fearfully, for he was trying to lift himself to his knee, and she was pulling him down, and when he tugged hard, he would be ripping his aged flesh from his bones. At last his life was quenched, and the unhappy man gave up the ghost, no longer could hold up his head. There they lie, close the daughter and the old father, dead bodies, an event he prayed for in his tears. As for your interest, I will say nothing of them, for you will find your own escape from punishment. Our human life, I think and have thought, a shadow, and I do not fear to say that those who hold wise among men and who search the reasons of things are those who bring the most sorrow on themselves. For of mortals there is no one happy. If wealth flows in upon me, one may be perhaps luckier than one's neighbor, but still not happy.
Heaven, it seems on this day has fastened many evils on Jason, and Jason has deserved them! Poor girl, daughter of Creon, how I pity you and your misfortunes. You who have gone quite away to the house of Hades because of marrying Jason!
Medea, you who have
Hold on,
been-
y'all are gonna have to do it again.
Are you serious? Is this still? Oh my gosh. Is that still recording? Hello. Goodbye. You've done everything besides this is still recording. This is gonna be one of the. Take your shirt down. This is gonna be part of the bloopers.
Hi, I'm Lucy.
Hi, I'm Ava. I played Medea.
Hi, I'm Brooke, and I was Jason.
Hi, I'm Blair, and I played the messenger.
It's me, Hannah. I directed the whole thing.